Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a fun thought experiment. What if apples never disappeared? Yep, no extinction, no scarcity, just the good old, familiar apple sticking around forever. And trust me, the ripples from that scenario would be pretty interesting. So, let's jump right in. First off, imagine if apples had never disappeared. One thing that really sticks out is what that would mean for the Apple company, the makers of iPhones, iPads, and all those sleek gadgets we love. You might think, wait, why is that relevant? Well, here's the thing, the company's original logo is a simple, wholesome apple. It's iconic, recognizable, and straightforward. Why? Because apples are everywhere, they're part of daily life. If apples had never vanished, Apple Incorporated probably wouldn't have had to rebrand or even tweak its logo much at all. The famous bitten apple? It would still be just a classic apple. Unlike in our universe, where the mysterious, maybe mythical nature of apples might have pushed the company to adopt a more abstract symbol or even a name that distances itself from the fruit, in this scenario, the logo remains clear and effective. No need to switch gears, because apples are just a part of everyday reality, not some rare or extinct item. Now, think about all the apple juice lovers out there. If apples were always around, they'd be pretty ecstatic. Why? Because a steady, abundant supply of apples means fresh, affordable apple juice anytime. No shortages, no skyrocketing prices, no worries about running out. In fact, the entire apple industry, from orchards to juicing factories, would operate smoothly. That means everyone, from kids to grandmas, could enjoy that crisp, sweet glass of apple juice whenever they want, without breaking the bank. It's like having a magic tap that never runs dry. Next up, let's talk health. Apples are a nutrition powerhouse rich in fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, you name it. If apples never disappeared, dieticians would have it easy. You know that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it would be literal. Instead of complicated diets or synthetic supplements, health professionals could just tell people, eat an apple. Apples are simple, tasty, and effective. They would be the go-to food for a healthy lifestyle, reducing the need for extra vitamins, herbal supplements, or pricey superfoods. It's like nature's own magic pill, always available, always healthy. Now, let's shift gears a bit to education. Remember when we learned the alphabet? A is for apple. That phrase has been around for ages because apples are simple, recognizable, and tactile. If apples had gone extinct, teachers might have had to change that to something like A is for aeroplane, which is a lot more abstract and harder for little kids to grasp. The charm of A is for apple is that kids can actually see and even taste the fruit, making learning fun and concrete. But if apples vanished? The foundational alphabet lesson might lose its most iconic symbol, making early education a little more complicated and maybe a lot less charming. Now, onto something a little more culinary, apple cider vinegar. Nowadays, it's a health fad, a kitchen staple, and a natural remedy all in one. If apples had always been present, ACV would just be a constant in our pantries. No shortages, no high prices. You'd be pouring it on salads or using it for home remedies without giving it a second thought. Why? Because the abundance of apples means the raw material is always there. On the flip side, if apples had disappeared, we'd probably see artificial or synthetic versions of ACV trying to fill that gap, probably less effective and more expensive. So, in this universe, ACV remains a reliable, affordable option for everyone who loves its benefits. Finally, let's talk desserts, like apple pie. For many of us, there's nothing quite as comforting or nostalgic as a warm slice of apple pie. If apples never went extinct, bakers and home cooks alike could always whip up fresh, beautiful apple pies. That means no worries about expensive or hard-to-get ingredients. Bakeries could keep their shelves full, families could keep that tradition alive, and the aroma of baking apples would fill neighborhoods year-round. It's comfort food made simple and readily available, helping us keep that cozy, nostalgic part of our lives intact. So, what's the takeaway here? If apples never disappeared, many parts of our daily life, our brands, our diets, our traditions, would benefit from their ongoing presence. The world would be just a little sweeter, a little healthier, and a lot more predictable in some ways. And here's a fun thought to leave you with. Next time you see an apple, think about how much it influences not just your snack time, but so many aspects of our culture and daily routines. Maybe it's time to appreciate that humble fruit a little more. Thanks for hanging out and exploring this juicy hypothetical with me. If you enjoyed this little journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own what-if ideas in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe the next time someone asks, what if apples disappeared, we'll have a whole new story to tell. Until then, stay curious, and maybe grab an apple or two. See you next time.